Out of 72 counties in the state, Eau Claire had the 7th highest rate of sex offenses in 2020.
Katrina Lynn breaks down the latest data from the Wisconsin Department of Justice in tonight's top story.
According to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, in 2020, Eau Claire County had a sex offense crime rate of 114 per 100,000 people. That's down from 2019 and 2018 when the rate was 158.
I think, unfortunately, the number is reflecting lower reporting, not lower offenses.
Caitlin Wonderland, a sexual assault victim advocate at Bolton Refuge House, attributes the lower number to the pandemic due to less intervention opportunities like school or work.
Then it becomes the stigma of sexual violence, which already is very stigmatized in our society, but also quarantine. If I broke quarantine and then from this interaction a sexual violent incident happened, now I have to say, yeah, I wasn't keeping 6 feet away.
Surrounding counties like Chippewa and Dunn had rates of 70 and 52 respectively last year. And Wonderland says the fear of no anonymity can be an issue in rural areas.
Imagine that amplified in a rural area where not only do you know the person, but maybe that person knows law enforcement, and maybe that person knows a service provider, and maybe that person knows this person, this person, this person. And it's really hard to keep confidentiality or to feel comfortable reporting, knowing that there are so many community connections.
Wonderland also thinks the number of reports were so high in 2018 and 2019 because of the resurgence of the Me Too movement the year before.
And so after that point, reports went up almost across the board. Unfortunately, there weren't more convictions because there were more reports. There wasn't a higher rate of convictions or holding perpetrators accountable despite having more reports.
In 2020, the top 5 locations of sex offenses in the state were in a home, other or unknown, a road or sidewalk, a hotel or motel, and an elementary or secondary school.
That was Katrina Lynn reporting. If you are a victim of sexual assault, you can reach out to Bolton Refuge House Family Support Center in Chippewa Falls or the Chippewa Valley Child Advocacy Center. Now, if you'd like to take a look at that data, head to WQOW.com.